wasn't so bad.
俺の獲物 どうしてこんなことに。何が。
一体何が。何
Are all the orc strongholds guarded?
要塞に閉じこもっているのさ。
Pork poison's a
スカイリムは多くにとって行きやすい場所じゃないからな。お前のようなよそ者を受け入れるために多くの親族として迎え、それを族長に報告しなければならない。来い。
Hello, friend.
Follow me. I need your help.
では先導を頼む。戦いは任せてくれ。今のは聞いたな。
What can I do for you? Please, call upon me if I can be of any service. Let's get going. Please, do you need something? Please, call upon me if I can be of any service.
多くが一人死んだ。最も大きな困難のあるところへ。
What's the matter with you? It wasn't so bad.
憂鬱そうな顔をしているな。最も大きな困難のあるところへ。 さあ。今のは何だ。
痛い目に遭わせてやる。戦いでお前に劣ってしまうとは。本当の戦いというものを教えてやる。痛い目に遭わせてやる。戦いでお前に劣ってしまうとは。
お前の首が戦利品だ。
本当の戦いというものを教えてやる。
お前を殺せば名誉が手に入る。死を栄光を。
息の根を止めろ。
What do you want?
A fight.
Come closer.
Look out. Don't get too close. Hey.
おとなしく血の代償を払え。犯罪者め。気をつけろ。お前の罪を忘れたわけではない。気をつけろ。
Look out. Don't get too
オー
close.
ク要塞に監獄はないぞ、犯罪者。地下ゴールドで払ってもらう。
I'll pay. Don't worry.
まあいい。またの機会に根性を試してやる。多くの毒はよく効くぞ。
Tell me more about
Oshino
your
ka?
people.
我々はノルドがやってくる前からスカイリムで暮らしてきた。誰もがひたすら一族の力を強くするために尽くしている。その中で最も優れた勇者だけが一族を導き結婚することができる。偉大な族長は多くの妻をめとり勇敢な子供たちを育てるのだ。族長たちを産んだ女が私のような賢女だ。一族を導きどんなことをすればマラキャスがお喜びになるのか一族に助言を与えるのさ。また今度重関節症の昔からの治療法
Who
が
is Malakath?
幼い我々の創造主にして死結ばれし誓いと忌まわしき呪いを司るデイドラの王さ。有言実行こそ名誉。それがマラキャスの教えだ。敵からは血を味方からは力を得るため。あの方は全ての多くを我が子同然に見守っておられる。要塞を出て行った者はすぐに真実を忘れてしまうがね。
What have you got for sale?
ああ、それじゃあ錬金術師さん。
Hello, my friend.
You wish to be friends?
Are there other strongholds out there?
わざわざ話すほど大きな要塞は数えるほどしかない。ダシュニクヤル、ボルカズプール、ナルズルプール、それにラーガシュブール。
May your blades stay sharp.
The City of Stone, A Sellsword's Guide to Markarth by Amanda Alea, A Mercenary's Guide to Markarth. If you're cutting your coins across Skyrim, you'll want to point your blade towards Markarth, capital city of the Reach. There's no end of trouble in the City of Stone, and that means plenty of ways for you to earn your supper. Your sellsword instincts should point you towards the wealthiest patrons with the fattest purses to work for, but you need to mind yourself during your resting hours. Markarth isn't like your Whiterun, where mercenary companies like the Companions make a sellsword an honored professional. No, Markarth has its own rules. Rules the natives aren't going to just tell you. Lucky for you, old Miss Alea is here to shine the torchlight over your thick skulls. First thing you'll notice in the City of Stone is the stone. They say dwarves cut out the city from the mountain, and maybe they did by the look of it, but what it really means is that the whole place is vertical, and the streets are really cliffs. Long story short, be careful when you've got a belly full of meat. When you enter the city proper, you'll immediately hit the market. The merchants usually sell food and jewelry on the streets. Meat is the preferred ration. The craggy rocks in the area make for poor farming land, and silver is what's used to make most all the rings and necklaces you might buy, thanks to the large silver mine in the city. We'll get to that in a bit. Whatever you do, don't ask the Markarth city guard about anything. They're about as helpful as an angry frostbite spider while you're caught in its web. And if you mention anything about the Forsworn to them, they might spit in your eye. Speaking of the Forsworn, these wild men and women will be your main source of income while you're in Markarth. The Jarl almost always has a bounty on some Forsworn leader or another, and if you don't mind going blade to axe with someone 2 septims short of a pint of ale, it's steady work. The Silverblood Inn is where you want to head into after seeing the market. The drinks are, as usual, watered down, and judging by the metallic taste, with water from the rivers that run through the city's smelter district. What's important here is getting a room to stay in. You won't find any friendly faces to con your way into a cheap place to stay in Markarth. The natives don't trust strangers, so save yourself the trouble and put down your coin to rent a real room. After you've spent a day recovering from travel, you'll see that Markarth is divided into 2 sides by the big crag in the center. The part with the big river running through it is called the riverside, and the other is called the dry side. The riverside is where the smelter and native workers live, so don't bother going there. Instead, head directly to Dryside and talk to the local Nord nobles and see what problems you can start solving at the highest rate. 2 major places to see are the Temple of Dibella and Sindamine. The temple rests on top of the central crag, a good place to go if you're on terms with the divines, but be warned, the priestesses of Dibella don't allow men into their inner sanctums, so don't go crashing down in there uninvited unless you want a short trip to a long fall. Sindamine is the place where all the silver comes from that I mentioned before, but it's also the jail. Markarth uses prisoners to mine the ore, and there's a lot of it, so don't get caught doing something illegal in the city, or you'll be hauled down there to dig. Apparently, the whole place is owned by one of the big families in the city, the Silverbloods. Notice the inn is named after them? Always keep your sellsword eye open for hints like that. I tried meeting with the head of the Silverblood family to see if they had any work, but guarding their mines isn't the blood rush I became a mercenary for. Something to keep in mind for yourself, if you're thinking of staying a few months. The final place I'll talk about here is Understone Keep, home of the Jarl in Markarth. It's a fancy palace like any other, assuming your palace is built underground, but what you need to know is the city underneath the keep. That's right, there's another city below Markarth, one of those old dwarven ruins. They sometimes have expeditions in the ruins that makes for a good job, guarding the scholars, maybe lifting a few stones here and there. If you're lucky, you might come across one of those old dwarven machines, and you can bring back a souvenir after you've done breaking it apart. Alright, Ms. Alea's hand is getting tired, and that means this guide is done. Last piece of advice, don't cause trouble in Markarth. Don't start fights, don't stop fights. Don't stick your head anywhere without someone from the city paying you for it. Because believe me, no one in Markarth wants you there. Make your gold, drink your mead, see what's there to see, and move on. Nothing changes in the City of Stone, and that's just fine.